You know, a neat little surprise. Rob Liefeld, who drew Lady
I
Pool.
love Rob.
He's cool,
Isn't
right?
he great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive into this whirlwind of Hollywood chaos that's got everyone buzzing like a beehive on fire. Picture this: Ryan Reynolds, the golden boy of quips and charisma, the guy who's made us laugh until our sides hurt, reportedly just got the boot from Disney. Yes, you heard that right. Disney, the House of Mouse, the empire of family-friendly magic, allegedly slammed the door in his face so hard the hinges are still rattling. And if that's not wild enough, we've got Justin Baldoni stepping into the ring, throwing a lawsuit into the mix over some mysterious character called Nicepool. The rumor mill is churning out stories faster than a popcorn machine at a blockbuster premiere, and folks, it's a scandal so juicy it's practically dripping off the page. Are you ready for a no-holds-barred take on this madness that's about to flood every social media feed on the planet? Buckle up, because this is going to be a ride. Let's set the scene. 1 minute, Ryan Reynolds is cruising along, that freewheeling, wise-cracking persona lighting up red carpets and charming fans worldwide. Mr. Charisma, always with a grin, the guy who turned Deadpool into a household name. The next, headlines are screaming about a meltdown so epic, it's left Disney XX reeling. Whispers say it all went down behind closed doors, raised voices, intense phone calls, Reynolds storming out of conference rooms like a hurricane hitting land. Supposedly, this wasn't just a little tiff. It was a chain reaction that left Disney's top dogs feeling disrespected and cornered. They'd poured faith, cash, and marquee projects into Reynolds, banking on his star power to keep the magic alive. But once this alleged tantrum spilled over, Mickey's castle turned ice cold. No warning, no fanfare, just a swift, decisive cut. Now, what sparked this firestorm? Rumors point to a comedy bit called Nicepool, something that might have been pitched or tinkered with under Disney's umbrella. Word on the street is Reynolds tried to claim it as his own, his personal brainchild, and things got messy fast. There's talk he approached a senior exec at WME, his agency, and didn't just vent. He went nuclear. Sources claim he expressed deep disdain for Justin Baldoni, even tossing around accusations that the agency was working with a sexual predator. That's a bombshell on its own, but it gets crazier. Disney didn't just sit on their hands. Chatter says they held a hush-hush emergency meeting, upper management huddled together, and decided on the spot Reynolds was out. No press releases, no public statements, just a snap of the fingers, and he was gone. For a star of his caliber, with all that brand synergy, you'd think he'd get a mile of leeway. So what lit the fuse so fast? That's the million-dollar question. But hold on, because this isn't even the half of it. The next day, the rumor mill kicked into overdrive. Leaked voicemails, cryptic texts, maybe even a rogue audio clip or two. Some claim you can hear Reynolds trashing Disney's creative direction. He's allegedly ranting about how they'll never own my comedic style, and telling a top exec, this isn't your grandma's silly cartoon, so back off. Brutal stuff, especially from a guy who's built his empire on being playful and fan-friendly. Then there's the side deal angle. Stories say he was brokering secret arrangements with third-party companies, think cameo tie-ins or streaming services, bypassing Disney's playbook entirely. One version has a staffer stumbling onto these deals, feeling blindsided, and running straight to the higher-ups. Another suggests Nicepool was Disney's property, but Reynolds was scheming to spin it into a standalone gig on the sly. Enter Justin Baldoni, the plot twist no one saw coming. You might know him as the heartfelt actor-director behind uplifting projects, but now he's at the center of this storm. Rumors say Nicepool was his baby, a quirky concept blending poolside comedy with deeper life lessons. Allegedly, Reynolds latched onto it, pitched it to Disney as his own spark of genius, and left Baldoni in the dust. Insiders speculate Baldoni confronted him privately, demanding credit or at least a nod to his input. The response? Crickets, no apology, no co-ownership chat, nothing. That's when Baldoni reportedly lost it. He layered up, gathering every scrap of evidence he could muster. Emails from early brainstorming sessions, texts where Reynolds praised his vision, maybe even photos of them hashing out Nicepool together. The lawsuit claims Reynolds acted with calculated disregard, a phrase that's already tabloid gold. Baldoni's argument? This was my creation, and Ryan stole it for a big Disney payout. And here's where it gets even stickier. Disney, already reeling from the meltdown, might have realized they were sitting on a PR powder keg. They allegedly tried to handle it quietly, but the mess was too big to contain. If Baldoni's evidence holds water, Reynolds didn't just step on Disney's toes, he stomped on Baldoni's legal property too. Double whammy. Fans are starting to wonder if their favorite comedic hero isn't so warm and fuzzy behind the scenes. What else don't we know? The heartbreak alone might have pushed Disney to cut ties, no matter the cost. But we're just scratching the surface. Let's talk Baldoni for a sec. The guy's not backing down. His social medias turn cryptic, vague posts about Hollywood backstabbing and fighting for what's right, fueling speculation among fans who already suspect Reynolds pulled some strings. Once the lawsuit dropped, people connected the dots. Disney saw a liability in keeping Reynolds on board. If Baldoni's paper trail is as solid as rumored, this could humiliate everyone involved. And it's not just the main players, side characters are popping up with their own takes. Blake Lively, Reynolds' wife, is reportedly furious behind closed doors, worried this mess could tarnish their personal brand and philanthropy. Some say she's urging him to come clean, smooth things over. Then there's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who's danced in buddy cop crossovers with Reynolds. Word is his camp's tiptoeing around this, not wanting his box office shine dulled by association. Fans are dissecting every move. Did The Rock unfollow Reynolds? Pull mentions of old collabs? The rumor mill's spinning wild. Hugh Jackman's name's in the mix too. He and Reynolds have traded playful jabs for years, but now? Radio silence. No roasts, no support, just a void that might say more than words. Even Disney's stable stars like Tom Holland or Brie Larson might be breathing a sigh of relief, the spotlight off them for once. It's a wake-up call. No one's invincible, not even the comedic darlings. The old rule was rake in bucks and keep smiling and your job's safe. Not anymore. But here's the kicker, Reynolds' brand might have hid a darker side all along. He's built a gold mine on irreverent humor and that guy next door vibe, but insiders are spilling new tea. They say he can be demanding, manipulative, using his charm to bend colleagues to his will. Don't fall in line? You're sidelined fast. On camera, it's all quips and grins. Off camera, he's a laser-focused operator spinning situations to his advantage. If the meltdown's real, and if Baldoni's lawsuit unearths text showing Reynolds as Nice Pool's mastermind, we're seeing a pattern. For years, people thought he was just leading the charge on comedy projects. Now it looks like he might have been swallowing collaborators' ideas whole. Fans are outraged, some feel betrayed, like the showman they loved was a facade. Others say hold off for facts, but the damage might be done. If more ex-colleagues step up with stories of run-ins or shady moves, that unbreakable brand could crash hard. Critics point to his history, turning his wisecracking style into marketing empires with gin brands, phone companies, you name it. Imagine that cunning mind snagging someone else's concept for a Disney mega deal. Not so far-fetched now. And it gets darker. Fresh allegations say there were hush-hush payouts, NDAs, the works, a cloak and dagger plot fit for tabloids. The meltdown that started with shouting might have unraveled a web of half-truths and secret deals. Disney's legal team could be bracing for depositions, top execs like Bob Iger dragged into court over who pitched Nice Pool first. Insanity. Reynolds' camp says it's overblown. He didn't steal anything, just championed a bit with some light Baldoni input. But that doesn't jive with talk of bulletproof documents from Baldoni's side. How bad was the meltdown? A bad day or a verbal assault caught on tape? If recordings exist, they'll hit social media or court docs, and the world will hear it all. Big stars used to seem bulletproof, but one meltdown and a lawsuit can flip the script overnight. The noise is only getting louder, blood's in the water, and every closet skeleton's rattling. Now here's the twist. The internet's turned it into a comedy goldmine. Memes are everywhere, Reynolds as the meltdown poster boy, montages of his quips with "too busy stealing" IP captions. Late-night hosts are prepping monologues, and fans who crowned him comedy king are now slashing him with savage wit. One influencer's skit has him pitching a kiddie pool of half-baked ideas. Ouch. Baldoni's supporters are cheering him as the righteous underdog, while Reynolds might be seething, trying to kill the duplicitous fraud narrative. But the hits keep coming, and public favor's shifting fast. The bigger your humor brand, the harder the fall when the mask slips. The hammer's still mid-swing. Some say Disney's drafting statements with new allegations. Others whisper Baldoni's got more evidence, outtakes, texts proving Reynolds erased his contributions. The meltdown might not have ended. Reynolds could be venting to allies, accusing Baldoni of a PR smear. But that's the trap. The more he lashes out, the more leaks fuel the fire. Disney's done, no part of this mess, no part of lawsuits. Fans wait. Will Reynolds apologize? Will Baldoni push on? Settlement seems unlikely with the internet ablaze and courts looming. This isn't slowing down. It's a towering inferno of accusations, exposed schemes, and a star who thought he was untouchable. Is he a victim or the architect of his own ruin? The drama is too juicy to fade, and the next revelation might just tip the iceberg. Keep watching. This Hollywood mess is far from its final act.